I'm so excited to get back to Canada. When I was a kid, we used to go camping in the Canadian Rockies. Just think, Canada and the U.S. share a border that's over 5,000 miles
Because of how much
long.
dialogue,
Yeah,
I think
that's something.
I only
The
can
longest
play
border
one
between
game
two
today.
countries in the world, right?
I mean, you can't skip over a thing, I
Winter here
think.
in Quebec can get
I
pretty
mean, if you
chilly.
want to do a
Well,
speed run of this game,
even
I'm
though
sure you can do
Ottawa
it.
is the capital of Canada,
I'm just
Quebec
letting it
City
play.
is a very popular place, even when it's this cold.
And most of the people in Quebec have French ancestry, don't they? Anyhow, the chief said this is where Carmen Sandiego's transmission came from. Let's get moving to stay warm.
And keep our eyes peeled for clues as to where that Moko Gong has been stashed.
That's an interesting wolf statue over there. We should go check it out.
All right, because he said so. Let's
yes,
check it out.
I remember.
And of
Carmen
course, it's
always
Carmen
used to talk about
Sandiego.
her concerns for the environment.
But
Well,
it
she's
not
very
be
concerned
Carmen.
about us, that's for sure.
So, dedicated by Carmen Sandiego to the endangered species of the world.
What is this?
It sure
A
is a
puzzle
strange
piece.
note. Makes me think it's got something to do with Carmen, though. It's
Gotta
so
keep
near
an
her
eye on
plaque
that.
the wolf statue.
Good thinking, Jules. Let's hang on to it. Maybe it'll help us track down that fish gong. The envelope's empty, but what do you suppose this word means? Didn't I read in your ACME profile that you're a linguistics expert?
We all have our strengths, Hawkins, and I do try to pick up some language in my travels. Something tells me that's a Zulu word. I'll note it in my journal. But checking your database might help us find out where it's from.
Okay, yeah, fun fact. When I was a kid, they told me to look it up in his database. I looked up this word and nothing popped up. And I was stuck for quite a bit. Until I looked up the Zulu. And I was like, oh, right. Yeah, fun fact.
80% of the people in Quebec have French ancestry.
So I guess that means I better check the translator in my database and brush up on my French.
All right.
Did you know Quebec City is the only fortified city north of Mexico?
As a matter of fact, Wait a minute. I hear a car coming.
Someone's coming. Carmen. Gotta be Carmen.
Well, hello, you two.
Of course it's
Looks
Carmen.
like my trail isn't the only thing that's gone cold. Don't you just love Quebec in the winter? You may as well give up, ACME agents, because you won't catch me. See you around.
I find it very fascinating that the game is made in both in like sort of 2D and 3D.
Chief, we need a Type 44F radar
the
track on a
perfect
speeding
mash,
vehicle in the lower
right?
part of Quebec City.
It's really unique.
Carmen Sandiego.
There's nothing on our tracking scopes, Hawkins. Are you sure it was her?
Sure, I'm sure. She's given us the slip again. Ugh.
But I bet it won't be the last we see of Carmen. We need to keep on the trail of these stolen artifacts. I have a hunch that they'll lead us right to her.
Yeah, don't worry, Hawkins. We'll get her. So, time to go to South
This
Africa.
is so weird. Did you know that South Africa has 3 capitals?
Their system of government was set up by the British.
But why 3? Isn't 1 enough?
Well, Cape Town is legislative, where they make laws. Pretoria is the administrative capital. And Bloemfontein is the judicial. You know, for their courts.
Bloemfontein sounds like a Chinese dialect.
Like it here.
I'm just
That
saying.
flat
I know
mountain
it's
over there
probably
must be
not,
Table
but it
Mountain,
sounds
right?
like that.
Yeah. For hundreds of years, it's been a landmark for sailors rounding the southern coast of Africa.
The waterfront looks like a good place to sniff out some clues. The sort of place Carmen Sandiego might hang out.
Awesome. So yeah, that's the word
Look,
right there.
It's the word from the envelope we found. Ngonyama means lion. Maybe that envelope was meant for here.
So, lion.
Look, at the top of the carousel.
Yeah, so
That
we need to
symbol
find
on it.
like 5
Carmen
pieces.
loves these
I only
kinds of
had 1.
puzzles. This has got to be something we need to complete. But I don't think we have all the pieces yet.
All right. So, nothing here.
According to my brief This is a secret ACME field office. The
Got a
ACME
gadget.
XM1 call tracking device. No successful agent should ever be without one. I'll make room for this in my vest for sure.
Awesome. Anything else to explore?
The Victoria and Alfred waterfront here is a really popular destination for tourists and Capetonians alike. It has tons of shops and restaurants.
Just the sort of place for a vile agent to disappear into the crowd.
He'll call you at the phone booth near the Chateau Frontenac. 7:00 p.m.
Be there.
That's Carmen Sandiego. I know it. We gotta break the door down.
Hold on, Hawkins. You have no idea what you might be walking into. It might be a trap. Write down the message. But don't touch that door. We may hear something else important.
Well, at least let's try to intercept that call. We can use that ACME XM1 tracking device.
And she flies off. How did she leave the room is what my question is.
It's Carmen.
What did I tell you? Chief, we spotted her again. Chopper heading north from Cape Town waterfront.
Roger that, Hawkins. We'll try and follow her on our scopes.
Man, one of these days. What were you thinking, Jules? Did you want her to get away?
Well, maybe it's just as well she did. I'm counting on her leading us to something a lot bigger than we can imagine.
She's just playing games with us. I can't wait to see her safely behind bars.
Unfortunately, Hawkins, it may not be anytime soon. Her helicopter
Thanks
mysteriously
a lot,
disappeared from our radar
Jules.
somewhere
Yeah,
north
should
of
have
Table
just
Mountain. Keep
have
following her
Hawkins,
trail.
like
Finding
just
that local
knock the
gong is
door
critical
down,
to
kick the
figuring out
door
what Carmen
open,
Sandiego
you
is
know, and
really
then
up.
Maybe this
jump
message can help.
onto
Put it in your
Carmen
clue
and
storage.
bam,
I'm making
game
a note
over.
of it in my journal.
So why did you cut off the captain, Jules? Let her finish what she's saying. But honestly, though, I don't know why they decided to just cut off the recording like that. It's so weird. Okay, so we need to track the call. They're no longer there.
I knew we should have broken down that door when we had the chance.
Yeah, I do agree with him on that. He should have broken down the door. Well, let's go back to Canada and
Big
track
place,
that call.
Canada.
Huge.
Second biggest country in the world.
The northern part of Canada is sparsely populated, but there are still many native peoples living there, like the Inuits.
That gong must be a key to figuring out Carmen's master plan. Carmen's trail is getting colder by the minute. And I'm getting colder too. What about you?
Yeah, you're
Thanks for
wearing
your
that
concern, but
thin
this time
jacket.
I'm
Of course
prepared.
you're cold.
Perhaps you've heard of ACME standard issue heated long johns?
Okay.
Don't okay him. I actually think it's quite smart that he has heated long johns on. It's pretty cool.
Agent Shadow Hawkins checking in.
I'm just saying.
6:59 p.m. and 41 seconds. Right on time. Special ACME tracking device XM1 is ready. Now, why doesn't that phone ring?
Patience, partner. Just be sure to activate your device when it does ring.
Ringing.
Okay, tracking device on.
Just rings once. But hey, so long as I can track it.
Vial X77 Code 33B. The Golden Lion will not walk. Instead, it will sail in tonight.
He calls from Paris.
I got it down. But what does it mean? It obviously must have been meant for some vile agent. Could sailing in mean a boat? But which harbor would it be sailing into?
Well, the tracking device indicates that the call was placed from the banks of the Seine River. The database will help in locating the spot to travel to.
The banks of the Seine?
It says
I've
Paris
been
on
there.
the device
Where the
already.
painters and booksellers hang out. Let's get out of here before one of Carmen's henchmen shows up.
Okay, yeah, I'm going. Where's Paris?
Have
Or
you ever
France.
been to Paris before?
No. Always wanted to, though. What about you?
Carmen introduced me to the city when I was a rookie. France is the biggest country in Western Europe. And you know what's amazing? 16% of the people of France live in Paris.
Wow, so this is Paris. I can't believe that I've never visited the
60% is actually a
capital of
lot of
France before.
people, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, the locals pronounce it Paris. Carmen's conducted a lot of criminal activity here in the
Paris.
past. We need to be careful.
Okay, Mademoiselle Carmen Sandiego. If you're here, we'll track you down.
Of course we will.
I've got lots of great books here.
Okay. Before I do that, I gotta do this first.
Every time
I
I
keep
see
forgetting to
this
do
design,
steps, I'm
there's some
sorry.
link to Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, I'm starting to think you're right about that. What does this thing say?
A receipt. Something to do with a book. And La Dame Rouge.
The Red
La
Lady?
Dame
Oh,
Rouge.
we've got to find the shop this book came from.
There's only one bookshop
We're
here.
looking for a book. La Dame Rouge. Do you have it?
La Dame Rouge, you say? The Red Lady. Yes, I have that book. I was to hold it until someone requested it by name. I have not even opened it. Here, take it.
Thank you.
It's been hollowed out, and look, another animal. What do you think?
I don't know. But with a title like La Dame Rouge, I have to think Carmen's involved somehow.
Yeah,
Of course
we'll
she
keep
is.
this for sure. Let's go after him! He's guilty of something!
Hold on, Hawkins. You have perfected the art of jumping to conclusions. Chief, does ACME have any other agents in the area? We've got a suspect on the left bank of the Seine across from the Notre Dame Cathedral.
We've got 2 agents nearby. I'll notify them immediately. Any idea as to who it may be?
Not
Probably
sure.
a Val
He
agent.
left a painting that we're going to check
I'm
out.
just saying.
It may be a clue in finding that gong.
I
A
mean,
painting?
the fact that he,
So
like,
what?
runs
Let's get
away when
after
he
that
sees
thief.
you.
Don't you see something familiar about it?
There's that wheel design
Suspicious.
again.
This painting doesn't look like a city in France. Where is this place?
Hey, Jules, don't get discouraged. That's where what you call my toys come in handy. Clue analyzer ready. It's a street in Jerusalem. Not bad for a toy, is it?
Pretty impressive, rookie.
So we gotta go to Jerusalem.
So many famous French painters. What an inspiration.
You mean Monet, Gauguin, Renoir, Matisse?
Not bad, Hawkins. I'm impressed.
So Jerusalem is in Israel, I think.
I've always wanted to visit Israel. What an incredible history.
The State of Israel was created in 1948. Before that, it had been called Palestine. The capital, Jerusalem, is a fascinating city with a real mix of old and new. So, back in Jerusalem, the capital of Israel, Christian, Muslim, and Jewish people all consider this holy ground. I remember getting some excellent falafel last time I was here.
Isn't that made from ground chickpeas? A burger would be more up my alley.
Hawkins just wants to
Speaking
eat
of
burgers
alleys,
everywhere he
you know,
goes.
it feels like
Like
these
some
walls
try
have
some
eyes.
local food,
Carmen could be
Hawkins,
here
please.
watching our every move. Let's find out.
Attention, Vile Agent X77. All pieces are secure. I've placed the lock device near Victoria and Alfred. Make sure the MoCo is hidden in security area Q3. Red Lady over and out.
Score! Another vile message from the Carmen Sandiego. It sounds like the MoCo gong is being stashed somewhere. If only we knew where security area Q3 was.
We'll have to think like Carmen in order to follow her trail. Now, what did she mean by Victoria and Alfred? Those names sound familiar. I'd better note them in my journal.
I mean, it's Africa, of course, but before we go there. Ta-da!
That painting led us here. And you were actually right about the painter being guilty of something.
That must mean you think we ought to hang on to this. I'll put it in my digital clue storage device. I've read that South Africa was the richest nation in Africa, but I didn't realize that it produces 1/3 of the world's gold.
Uh-huh. And did you know that the largest diamond ever found was discovered in South Africa? 3,106 carats.
No wonder Carmen likes it here. Cape of Good Hope. Well, maybe there's hope of finding Carmen Sandiego in South Africa.
Cape Town is a key
What
port
exactly
city in
is a
South
falafel?
Africa. Keep
I
alert.
mean, she says it's made
Carmen
from.
could sail
Well,
right
I mean,
by us at any moment.
he says. Hawkins says it's made from ground chickpeas, but I don't really know. Some with carrots? Did I say carrots?
Okay, Chief. We found a yacht. The Golden Lion.
Hawkins
Do you
was
have
right,
any
made from
info
ground
on it?
chickpeas.
Registered to one Vincent Ian Lee
I mean,
Edwards. Nothing suspicious
what
so
exactly
far.
is it? Is it just like
Wait a
is it
minute.
like the
His initials.
a porridge kind of thing?
VILE. Vile. You're obviously on the right track. Be careful. Chief over and out.
Okay, Hawkins. We better check this out quickly. Who knows when the owner of the boat
I might have to
will be
look it
back.
up.
Okay. I know what I'm doing. ACME Procedure C4. Commencing clandestine search procedure.
Hold on, falafel. A deep fried
Where
ball
were
of
we?
patty
We
shaped
were
of
looking
fritter.
for some clues.
Do we need to call the
Okay.
chief for help?
Never tried it before. Maybe one day.
What is she up to?
I don't know. But it was Carmen
Sure
who
can
led us
get it
to
in
this boat.
Singapore?
So I think we
Probably.
better hang on to it.
Fried
You're right about
balls.
that. Let's keep it.
But yeah, I mean, probably can find something like that. But, not really. Okay.
All right. Let's stay focused.
I mean, yeah, if you look it up, you can find some restaurants that sell it. But I've never really been into Egyptian food. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll try.
This notebook records the latitude and longitude of everywhere this boat has been.
Really? Where did it sail
Like as a
from?
kid, I thought,
The
you know, like
Indonesian
I'll be
islands,
really
just
interested
south
in
of Thailand
visiting
near the
Egypt.
Indian Ocean. They used to be called the Dutch East
But as an
Indies.
adult, I'm like,
Did you know
nope.
there are more than
It's too hot
13,000
for
of
me.
them?
Thank you, Hawkins. If this detective gig doesn't work out, you'd make a great tour guide.
Gotta go to Indonesia.
Did you know that Indonesia is the world's largest archipelago?
Archipelago? What's that? Like the world's largest unaccompanied singing group?
I think you're thinking of a cappella. Are you kidding me?
Don't forget, I graduated top of my class too, Jules. An archipelago is an island chain.
You were scaring me there for a minute.
Don't they have Komodo dragons in the Republic of Indonesia? If I were the world's largest living reptile, there are prettier places to live on these islands than this cave.
Hawkins, detective work isn't always glamorous. You've got to follow the clues wherever they lead.
What?
There's
What are
been
you kidding
vile
me?
activity
What?
detected near this cave, so we need to check it out. Anyhow, don't
Just
tell
scared
me
her
you're
for a
concerned
minute.
about a 10-foot
Why are you
lizard.
scared?
No.
The music?
I'm not scared.
Yeah, right. Let's get to searching these caves.
According to Jules. Yeah, sorry, I didn't catch that. Komodo dragons. Probably pretty scary, and yeah. Okay, I don't exactly remember where this one was. Okay, I see it.
Another one.
I
What do you
see
think it means?
I don't know. But the way Carmen works, we shouldn't discount anything we find.
You know, Jules, I'm starting to think that you may be right about these things.
Of course
We should
she's
look at
right.
all the clues in my clue storage so we can figure out our next step.
Right, our next steps go back
When
to
I
South
first
Africa.
started at ACME, I thought I'd be flying around in top-secret jets.
Me too. Maybe someday they'll invent an instant flyer pocket jet for this vest.
Okay, there have to be some clues somewhere. Let's find them.
Here. Okay. Golden lion is the leader. Check. Elephant is furthest away from the leader. Neither the zebra nor the rhino stand on the hourglass pedestal. Okay. Zebra or rhino doesn't stand there. Okay. Rhino stands right behind the zebra. Hippo follows the giraffe.
A key! This has got to be
Ta-da!
the key to where that Moko fish gong is hidden.
You know,
This one
I've
is
been
easy
looking
for
into
me.
the history of the Moko. I guess those types of
This is why I
wooden
love
fish
this game
gongs
so
were
much.
struck to bring someone meditating
I don't
back
get
to
stuck.
full awareness,
Not
since it
really.
was believed that fish never slept. Interesting, huh?
Well, speaking of never sleeping, it doesn't look like we're going to get any rest until we figure out what this key is for.
Okay. And then you can see from this maple leaf, it's very obvious where it's leading us back to.
I'm going to find an empty row and stretch out, catch some Z's.
I'm gonna go see if I can find some more peanuts. Beneath the surface of this
I never
placid
had that
sea
conversation
are clues to
before
an
when I
international
played.
conspiracy.
Let's just focus on where Carmen would hide if she were here.
She's not here now, but we're finding some more items. Gonna find some peanuts. I never had the peanuts on plane. Have you ever had peanuts on plane? I don't like peanuts that
There
much
it
though,
is.
so that's
And
just
hey,
me.
we're right back where we started. Carmen Sandiego really did take us around in circles. And somehow I'm starting to think she's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, and I'm starting to suspect that this is not a series of unique cases, but one big overarching plan of
Yes, for the
Carmen's.
cookies?
Jules, I've confirmed that your suspicions are right as usual.
I usually just
Every
have their
item we've
airplane meal
recovered
that they
so far is
provide.
missing a gem. Look closely at that gong, and I'll bet
Because
you'll
I'm
notice a
Singaporean,
spot for a
right?
missing
So
gem
whenever
as
we
well.
fly,
Roger that, Chief. I'm sketching it
my
right
family
now.
and I
And
usually,
there's a
if
hollowed out
possible,
spot right in the center of the wheel
we take
design.
Singapore Airlines.
I wonder why Carmen's
Unless it's
keeping
way
the
too
gems.
expensive.
And what about the link between that
Usually
explorer
because
and
it's
the wheel
Asia, right?
design?
Hang on, agents.
They serve us
I
rice.
just received word that yet another item
So
has
it's
been
like I
stolen.
have rice on
This
my
time
plane,
it's a
and then there's
priceless
fruit,
game table from ancient
and then
Egypt.
there's
The museum in Cairo is very concerned.
like
A vile agent's been spotted hanging out
dessert
near the
and
Sphinx.
stuff.
You're on your way to
Mhm.
Egypt. This may be your chance to finally
Egypt.
start
We're
putting
going to
all
Egypt.
the pieces together.
This is
The
case
ancient
5 then.
Egyptian game of Senet. That table's probably over 3,000 years old.
We're on it, Chief. And this time, I'm not playing any merry-go-round games with Carmen Sandiego. I'm bringing her in.
You're not going to be able to do it alone, Hawkins.
I'm going to take
It'll
pretty
take
short
teamwork
flights.
to catch Carmen Sandiego.
Well, my
Remember,
shortest flight I've
there's
ever
good
taken was
reason
from
I'm here to
Malaysia
tie you together.
to Singapore when I was very young. And that's when I realized I hate taking plane. I hate flying. Not only do I get sick, because I get air sick, because of my motion sickness thing. I also am terrified of flying because I'm terrified of heights. And then my sister's ex,
If we're not sure
she was
what
with
to
him for a
do,
very long
we should
time.
check
Okay,
the clues we found so far.
he
so we
loved
can figure
watching
out where
like
to look
plane
next.
crash videos, like documentaries talking about plane crashes or conspiracy theories and everything about it, and that did not help my fear of flying. It made it worse. Also, that's about 2 minutes, guys, for those of you who are not subbed. So just
If you're done thinking, I suppose we should get back to work.
just to let you guys know. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna get back to work. Okay, Hawkins, I'll do that. Right? But that's it for mission 4. On to mission 5.